what's up, guys? It's Obey Noobs. I'm here to actually drop a video that I've been thinking of dropping, and it's my Black Panther settings. Because I am a controller player, so every time I post a clip and people see, the reaction time, the response time, whatever it may be on my controller, I get accused of cheating a lot, and it's just funny. Because, like, I'll get DMs, I'll get, people comment like, is it a Cronus? Is it a script? Is it Zimming? Whatever it may be, whatever you guys may think it is, you know, it's not. It's a regular PlayStation Pro controller. It has two little paddles on the back. I don't use them personally. I play claw, but I just like that I can have different settings for my controller, different like controller settings. So it just makes it a lot better for me to have dead zones off on the controller itself, and then have them off in game as well. So we'll just hop right into the practice range and I'll show you guys everything. Turn this setting on so you can have your abilities. I would say go here or go over here. Practice on these guys that are moving, actually. This might be better. First setting we're going to go over is obviously the sensitivity. Whatever. The sensitivity, man. Because that's like a very important thing for Black Panther, obviously. Especially on a controller like myself. Me, I have it at 480. I can max it out. I don't think I need to. It's this right here is very responsive to me. My dead zone's pretty much down all the way. So that setting for me is fine. You might want it higher. You might want to max it out. You might want it a little bit lower. Whatever it may be. But just remember, you're gonna need high sense for him. For ghost dashes, for all your dash assists to hit insane clips. You're gonna need a high sensitivity, regardless of what you think. For horizontal, at least. Your vertical, as you can see, my vertical is 120, and it's still pretty fast. I want you guys to just mess around. If you need a higher vertical, go for higher vertical. But I keep my vertical at that because sometimes when you're going, it's a controller. It's not gonna be perfect. So when you're moving side to side, sometimes you look up or down, right? And what you don't want as Black Panther is to go like that. You know what I'm saying? So have your horizontal sensitivity way higher than your vertical. Like me personally, I have it at 120. And that feels good for me. I've gotten used to it. You might not want it like that, but yeah. So after you got this down, you might still feel slow. You're like, damn, how come my sensitivity's not as high as his? Why does my gameplay look different than his? Well, that's because you gotta click advanced. Yeah. The aim sensitivity curve type. This is important. If you've never touched this, I'm surprised, right? A lot of times, I think, especially in Marvel Rivals, I think the like standard one might be dual zone S, and these are not good for BP at least. I want you guys to go linear. If you can see the line on linear, it's a straight line. That means when you move your stick, it's as responsive as that line. The curve usually means like the more you move, the more time you have your stick to the right, the faster it'll get, right? So like you'll have to flick your stick all the way to the right in order for you to reach max sensitivity. And you don't want that, especially not on Black Panther. You want it on linear because it's the most responsive type of aim sensitivity that you will get. So I want you to do that and just mess around with these bots here. Go on linear curve with the sensitivity that you chose and go on here. As you're messing around, you might think, hey man, my sensitivity still feels a little slow. I don't want you to move your sensitivity just yet if you still think it's slow. If you have it pretty high and you still think it's a little slow, don't move it yet. I promise you. We'll get to it, and you'll see how fast your sensitivity feels. So the next setting is when you click advanced, your eye gazing minimum and maximum. So you want these as low as possible as you can have them. Realistically, you'd want them at 0 But then that means you have an insane amount of stick drift. I don't care how new your controller is, you'll have stick drift. You know, it's just built into the controllers to have stick drift. So what I want you to do is I want you to go in here, you know, get your dead zones as low as possible to where you have the minimum stick drift you can have. For me, it's 4. Like right now, there's no stick drift, but if I'm like walking around moving, you will notice my camera moves sometimes like this, and that's fine because I'm not really fighting it. All I have to do is like touch my analog stick and it's done, right? So I don't want you guys fighting stick drift because obviously that's gonna fuck you up, especially on someone like Black Panther. You don't want to have a stick drift you have to fight. Dead zone sensitivity boost. So I have it at 100, as you can see, pretty fast. Now let me show you what it's at standardly. I think standard, it's all the way at 0. I think, not too sure, but you see the difference. You feel the difference. It just feels a lot slower. Like, yeah, you could still like, you know what I mean? But not as fast. What it does is it's like a little boost. So you get like an extra like horizontal sensitivity boost when you reach your max dead zone. Which means if you lowered your sensitivity, like if you lowered your dead zones down to 0, 4, 5, whatever it may be, you're gonna reach your max dead zone pretty fast. Meaning that boost is gonna activate pretty instantly. So you want to have this at 100 because you're gonna get the max like sensitivity boost, and then with that, obviously, I think I went over the dead zone latency response time. You want to have that at 0 so that there's no latency. So if you put it up, then this setting is kind of useless if you put this back at 100. It's gonna be like if you had all of this at 0, right? So have the dead zone sensitivity boost at 100, and you notice, you feel the difference, like you see it too. Just makes it a lot easier to like, you know what I mean? It just makes it a lot faster. So yeah, that's a setting I forgot to go over. This is the edit. Sorry about that. We'll continue with the video. Thank you. The next setting is gonna be max dead zone response time. I have it at 4, the same as this. That's fine for me. You can fuck around with it, find something better, something that helps you, whatever, you know. I'm just showing you my settings. So this is what I do. You can look at this and copy it. Just get used to it, right? Swap left and right sticks, leave that alone. Invert, leave those alone. Aim assist window size. Aim assist strength and aim assist season. 0. Put it at 0. 0, 0, 0. Everything at 0. That's why sometimes when you're turning you feel slow, right? So don't have any like aim assist. Just have it off. Off. You don't need that on Black Panther. You don't need aim assist. What you need is practice, right? Precision. That's why you're on this video. Because you want to get faster. You want to be able to hit clips. And right now it's more important than ever to, you know, keep your dash because of the 10-second, you know, the 10-second nerf. So after that, you know, put settings on and mess around. I want you guys to just mess around with these bots. You could turn this back on here so you could practice your dash and feel, you know, how it's gonna feel like in game. So if you miss a dash, you're gonna feel, you know, you're gonna feel it. Can't really do anything. You know, 10 seconds. So I want you to just turn that off and just mess with these guys, because these guys are moving. You can go in, like, in the little portal and put, like, a Luna Snow, a Cloak, whatever it might be, using their abilities. But this is fine. Just practice your dashes. And how fast your screen moves this time, or your crosshair moves. Because you're gonna need it, right? You're gonna need to practice. Especially with the settings that I just gave you, you're gonna need to practice. You know, because it's gonna be way different than than what you probably had. A lot of people don't change the settings that I just showed you. So these settings are gonna feel, a lot different. And I want you guys to just practice with them. The movement input dead zone. I have that pretty low as well. I don't have it too low because then you have like stick drift like this. And right now with the loud footsteps, you don't really want to have stick drift when you're waiting to jump on someone. Dead zones, I also have them on minimum. It doesn't really matter, but yeah. So my crosshair, let's see. This is my crosshair. If you want to copy it, I have it like that. Vertical opacity 100. Outline width. I'll put it at 70. I don't know why it's at 71. I usually do green. I've always played on green since Overwatch, Call of Duty, whatever it is. Green is always just better for me on every character. And then one of the other settings that are going to be important for him are the hold to climb. Yes, you can have it on, just press. But hold to climb just makes it a lot easier to like boom. So just have it on hold to climb. I think it's usually off hold to climb. But just have it on hold to climb is a lot better. And then attack range hint. I have it on. It's helpful, I guess. You don't really see it too much, but it's fine. It's fine, man. You can have it off. I played with it off for a long time. Doesn't really matter. I have it on now, but it doesn't really matter. This is the controller I use. Standard DualSense.